When I got my flute today, it's hanging up in the jungle. This hole was filled, and so I had to clean it out. And as I play it, it doesn't quite sound right. And as I look, these other holes are being filled. Who's trying to live in my flute? Like, seriously. Like something is trying to turn my flute into their jungle house. It's some weird sticky stuff. Like honey. Maybe the honeybees are trying to move into my flute. Hey, now I could get honey on my lips from the bees. The honey flute. But I don't think I can play it very well, and it doesn't sound quite right. So I'm not going to taste this stuff to find out what it is. Maybe you know, something in the jungle leaves some really sticky stuff, kind of covers holes. Like it's trying to make something out of something. Man, I'm going to have to do something different. I was planning on playing a video for you guys. Probably a nice one, you know, like a 10-minute song, and just wasn't sounding right. Because my flute was detuned by the jungle critters. So that was a jungle critter tuning song. It was tuned by some sort of jungle critter. Well, that sounds just about as good as a free man's broken flute did last week. This was a gift from my lovely wife. Before she was my wife, I think. And I learned to play it from my teacher, Richie. And I don't know how to tune it, but a dog chewed on it. Dog broke the end of it. And so I burnt some sap on it to kind of put it back together, but it keeps kind of snapping apart. So I need to mix some ash with the sap next time, except I don't have my sap melting tool anymore. No, I just messed up my scissors by putting sticky stuff on them. What is that? Some kind of jungle critter, I'll tell you what. It's real quiet here today around the jungle community. People are out and about. People are out and about doing their visitings. And Kimberly and I are here with the dogs in this beautiful paradise. So I'm going to try this again. Tell me if you think it still sounds bad. So once it's a F sharp, and I think it was like I looked it up, it's like Joe Thomas or something like that made this flute, Navajo flute. One of my good friends on TikTok told me who was the artist of the flute, so I looked him up, and this flute's a 440 flute is what he usually makes, which is pretty cool. But once it broke and I glued it back together, it was a 444. And I really love the 444. That's what I used to tune my guitar to. My bass guitar that was too heavy to carry. And so I set that one free. And I used to tune my bass guitar to that because I heard it was the key of David. And my name's David. And it's a flute. This is a flute though. And so once it broke, it tuned into 444. What? That's magic, isn't it? Total magic. All right. So this is the fetish. It's called a fetish. And the hole there. And you can see next to the hole there's a little bit of space. The less space, the less breath it takes. The bigger the space, the more breath it takes. So, yeah, you gotta find your sweet spot. I think if I would have left this thing in the jungle without being touched for another week, it would have been all sealed up. Not today, jungle. Well, stay tuned again. I'll make another video in a little while later and play the flute the whole way through.